What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and today we're actually continuing to go over Doctor Who because we got some developments amongst viewership data and viewership response to the show. Because for the longest time, when we came over to Rotten Tomatoes and sat down and actually looked at the user score in regards to this show, it was sitting at about 31% to 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. We scroll down now, sitting at a 28%. Because audiences are starting to realize what's actually going on here and how this show is basically over. It is no longer Doctor Who. Apathy has long since set in, and nobody's really engaging with it. You have a few like super interested individuals who are only watching it because the name Doctor Who. You have shills, you have stans. Stans love it because my politics. Shills love it because my politics, and they have to do it. But outside of that, nobody really cares about Doctor Who anymore. This first season with Ncuti Gatwa has been legitimately the worst season of Doctor Who ever. And when we come over here to the consolidated viewership numbers for Dot and Bubble, my God, it tells you nobody cares anymore, because Dot and Bubble is sitting at a 3.1 million consolidated viewership number. Everybody wanted to rant and rave with 73 yards, saying this is the biggest number they ever. The show's back. Look at it. It's breaking records. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Look at these numbers. They're great. You have to accept these numbers. The show's back. Next week, viewership plummeted. And when it comes to the consolidated viewership, Dot and Bubble has the smallest additional viewership out of the entire season. Nobody's watching the show anymore. And I want to hop back real quick to 73 yards, because when it comes to 73 yards, the fun fact about 73 yards was it had the lowest amount of actual like returning viewership after the overnight. Yeah, when you actually start breaking down the numbers, 73 yards had some of the worst viewership out. Actually, it might be high numbers, but in regards to everything else, more people were watching the other sets of episodes as the week went on than compared to 73 yards. 73 yards got the bulk of its viewership overnight, and then barely anybody actually continued to watch it throughout the week. And then that started trickling downwards into Dot and Bubble, having that now be the lowest consolidated viewership ever in Doctor Who, having the lowest consolidated viewership of this entire season of Doctor Who. These numbers are horrendous. These numbers tell you people have checked out. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't keep going out here saying it's the greatest ever. Look at 73 yards. 73 yards actually had the lowest amount of retention rate. Oh, look, the big number. Not actually that impressive. Oh, iPlayer numbers can't be trusted because iPlayer numbers count every 2 minutes as a single view. So one person can account for around about 20 views singularly. Yeah, you can't count all these things. You can't use this stuff. There's no evidence that Doctor Who is actually doing really well. And then my Disney Plus always loves to come up. My Disney Plus. Take a look at this. I always bring this up. This is Samba TV data. Samba TV data actually disproves the Disney Plus narrative. If this show was being watched by everybody and their mom over on Disney Plus, if this show was succeeding over on Disney Plus, it'd be showing up on the Samba TV data. It doesn't. Every single week I have pulled up the Samba TV data. Now I know the Samba TV data is imperfect, but it has never once tracked on the Samba TV data. Even during the 60th anniversary, never tracked on the Samba TV data. Oh, but you guys might want to also take a look at the Nielsen streaming data. Nielsen streaming data tells you nobody's watching it even on the Nielsen streaming data. This show isn't getting views. This show isn't doing anything. The only thing that actually is getting views and engagement on Disney Plus is Bluey. Everything else gets thrown out. Nothing really matters. And when we go over here to actually the original scores, this show on the same week that it aired on its premiere weekend, it got beat out by Clarkson's Farm. It got beat out by something called Sealing the OCs. It's not existent. It's non-existent on this data. It doesn't exist. Doctor Who's done for. Nobody's watching it on Disney Plus. Nobody's watching it at all over on the actual like BBC. BBC iPlayer data, we cannot trust. No matter how many times somebody wants to come out here and say BBC iPlayer data, BBC iPlayer data, you cannot trust that data. Everything points to this show being essentially dead. Apathy has long since set in, and it's no better than modern Star Trek now. Nobody talks about this show in positive light anymore, except for shills, except for stands. Outside of that, this show's dead. It's dead in the water. And again, you can shout out from the rooftop, 73 yards, 73 yards, 73 yards. These aren't numbers to shout out about and be ranting and raving saying this is the greatest thing ever. These are numbers to show you that 73 yards didn't do as well as you actually think it did. 73 yards had the, before Dot and Bubble, had the lowest actual number when it comes to like returning viewers. The amount of people that actually came to watch 73 yards by comparison to everything else was truly the lowest number there was. The episode that actually had the largest number from, you know, overnight to consolidated was Boom, which goes to tell you 73 yards only got a Stephen Moffat bump. After that, it was back to regular programming, regular schedule, regular writers, and people checked out again. People don't want to participate anymore. People are done with Doctor Who, and I don't blame them. The show only exists now for YouTubers to tear it apart and make fun of it. That's all it's useful for. That's all it's gonna be useful for, and that's where it's gonna sit right now. Doctor Who's done. All we have now is Nurse What, led by Shuri Gatwa. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video go live. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.